Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today because we're going to talk about the crash and burn playbook with the economy and how a lot of people think, hey, Dan, the worst is behind us. Okay. We're going to cover a lot of this stuff today. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Please don't forget that this is your last chance to sign up for the silver giveaway. When we hit 200,000 subscribers, I had beautiful 1-ounce silver coins made, and they are stunning. They are fantastic, and you could win one. We're giving away 50 to start. Go to dansilver.com. Last chance to win one. We're giving them out and drawing the winners on May 31st. You have until a little after midnight on the 30th to sign up, and then it's over, Johnny. We're giving them out. We're going to ship them anywhere in the world, and beautiful, okay? First things first, guys, look at this place. I love coming down to places like this where the tide comes in and the beach just disappears, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, a few things to cover with the economy. You know, the Fed is talking now about not raising interest rates as much as they were going to in the past. And one thing that I truly believe in all of this is that the Fed caused the inflation with real estate. The Fed, by lowering interest rates and making there be cheap money, it made it so that people could buy these houses, and it inflated the housing market. Now, people can talk about supply and demand and argue with me all they want about that, but I truly think that the Fed had their big hand in this thing. And, you know, when 2020 happened, everything pointed to, you know, free money. You know, everybody took advantage of this, and the housing market was no exception. But now, you're seeing that industry get completely destroyed. For the first time, April sales were completely down, okay? Slowest pace in 10 years. And Fortune magazine, hey, listen, there's two types of recession, and we want to talk about the two. One is the run-of-the-mill recession that we're about to go through, and the other one is a really hardcore recession like we went through 2007 to 2009, and people don't understand the difference. Well, nobody young understands any of this, okay? They don't care. They never saw inflation like this. You'd have to be my age, basically, to see inflation like this. You know, everybody's just acting like it's no big deal, okay? Maybe it's not. But what I'm convinced of is that this is not the bottom. This is not topping out and tapping out and you know, everything being okay. This is what I'm talking about. I always wanted to show you guys this. The tide comes up so high that the beach is gone and it floods out. So we've got a few minutes left until this happens, so we're going to walk by this. But I want to cover something that before 2020 happened, there was a problem with the medical industry and the startup community. And what was fascinating was that executives started to reach out to me mid-2019 saying, hey, listen, Dan, we're sick of dealing with these kids. We want to deal with adults, and I'm trying to not get wet as much as I can, but in a few minutes, guys, this whole area is gone. The whole beach is gone. It was kind of a cool thing to see, but I'm not dressed for that. So what we saw was executives, they started to reach out and say, hey, Dan, we're sick of dealing with the kids. We want to deal with more seasoned people. And the problem with, let's just call them the millennials or the Gen Xers or whatever, is that they didn't have the work ethic that the older people have. And the medical, people in the medical space saw this, and they started to reach out to me and saying, hey, listen, we're done with these kids. You know, they get paid a fortune. They show up at 11 o'clock. They don't work like adults do. Okay? See where this is coming, guys? This is going to take us out. So Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back, but check this out, guys. I have walked on this beach with you guys like 20 times. It's gone. The beach is gone up to those houses, which is really, really cool. So, needless to say, I'm gonna have to go in a different direction, but check this out. That is absolutely beautiful. That really is. So the beach is completely gone right now. The waves are coming in. See this? Look at this, taking me out. And I am not dressed for this, to say the least. So the executives were fed up that own these companies' management with these kids, 25 to 40, let's just say that. So they started to reach out to more seasoned professionals. Dan, I'm sick of it. I'll pay the price for these guys to come work for us, and we want them to come join the team. So we started to see this at the end of 2019 and early 2020. Then all hell broke loose in 2020, and we all know what happened there. So it was done. But check this out, guys. Look at this. Okay? Completely gone, guys. Completely gone. So, why am I bringing this up? Because the movie Top Gun Maverick, whether you like movies or not, is irrelevant. The movie, 1986, the original Top Gun came out. Whether you like Tom Cruise or don't like Tom Cruise, that's not the point. The point of the movie was that people rely on the kids, okay, to do things. And sometimes you got to bring a more seasoned person in because the kids don't know everything, and they need to be shown that they don't know everything. And that the movie is about that. The movie is about bringing somebody in who's more experienced and who's been around the block, and sometimes you need that to make things right. That's what we need. We don't need kids right now. We need adults running the show right now. And I have told so many people this, and that is, what do you know? What is your knowledge base that you're good at in business? Is it sales? Is it marketing? Is it manufacturing? Is it production? Is it engineering? Is it design? Is it HR? Whatever it is right now, and you're retired, you can make a fortune right now consulting for people because they want your expertise back. And again, there's a group called SCORE, which is the Southern California Retired Executives. They put on these meetings, and I've met tremendous people that are retired. A lot of them are well off, but they don't want to sit at home and watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, so they go out and do things like work for SCORE. I met a man named John Pietro. Those of you old enough in the 80s, remember the campaign, "Where's the beef? Where's the beef?" Okay, with Clara, whatever her name is, the old white-haired woman for Wendy's. Well, there was another guy named Tom Petty who worked with him. They were friends. Tom Petty did the Macintosh ad, okay, for Apple. Now, these two guys were retired and rich and came back and gave marketing advice, and it was solid gold because these guys came back and told everybody their expertise. And Tom had the greatest book ever, Marketing Without Money, brilliant. But John Pietro spoke at my events. This guy was just amazing, but again, his knowledge is what people want. That's what you guys should work on right now, because what's happening is there's a renaissance in business right now that I am convinced of, and that is, there are a lot of young people that have made a tremendous amount of money, but the expertise right now is gonna be in the people. Look at this thing. This is beach comes in. I mean, this is really cool to see this. But there's going to be a tremendous amount of money with your expertise. I heard Elon Musk say the greatest line ever, and that is, we saw a shift in the economies and in scales and in innovation. We saw more in 2 years than we've seen in 10 years. So what do you do? What do you know? What are you good at selling? You can make it, doing this now and selling what your expertise is. But what is crazy right now is that the shift from manufacturing to service. It's a great article included below, which is insane because it's ridiculous, talking about, hey, can we get out of the the recession by a service industry. Do you guys think baristas are going to solve it? No, I don't. I really don't. I think that we need to manufacture things here in the United States again to solve this problem. That's what I think. But that being said, look at your expertise and people that have a knowledge base. Those are the people that you go to. That's what Top Gun, the movie, was about, basically, was that. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I gotta go find a beach that's not taken over with sand and water and chaos, okay? With Memorial Day happening, this is basically the unofficial start of summer. So what you have is the beginning of grilling season, the beginning of the movie season, the beginning of summer, basically. Now, guys, this is amazing because we've been down here a bunch of times, but check this beach out with the tide in completely done. So models are coming down here to take pictures and they can't. So first things first, there have been over 4,800 airline flights canceled this weekend, and they're blaming that on inclement weather. Well, where's the weather bad around the country? That's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't believe that, okay? I believe it's employee shortages and not enough tickets sold for certain flights. That's what I think. And with that, Delta Airlines, they're the leader. They've canceled 1,100 flights. So if you guys are flying Delta, I'm sorry, I really am. Meat prices are at an all-time high this weekend. So much so that people are saying, hey, we're not going to grill this weekend. We're going to buy pizza instead. No chicken, no beef, nothing on the barbecue. That's crazy, guys. That really, really, really sets the tone for the holidays. So, is that you guys? Are you guys doing that? Are you cutting back? So, this is stunning, okay? As the sun goes down, you've got just this beautiful beach getting washed away with the tide. You can see it coming in. It's just absolutely amazing, okay? But, guys, we've been out here so much and filmed here, and it's just done. It's gone, okay? So the other thing is gas prices right now. Gas prices are at an all-time high. But again, we've turned the corner on the economy. The stock market's in a good spot. You have 2 up days and there's nothing to worry about. Every investor that I've talked to, still believes in gold, still believes in precious metals, but also believes that there will be things that will make money when other things don't. You're going to have industries go down, but you're going to have other industries make a tremendous amount of money during this time. So you got to pick and choose what you're going to do. But gas prices around the country are outrageous. Now, the one thing that I get a kick out of is when people write me and tell me how it's $4 here, it's crazy, it's gone up so much in the last year and a half. It has, guys. It's gone up 50% for everybody, but we're paying, for regular gas over $6.30 a gallon here in California. That is nuts, guys. That's absolutely insanity. With the turn in business, there has been such a huge push for industries to buy robots. And this is not just manufacturing, this is fast food robots. You're going to see places sick of hiring these people and sick of having to pay $20 an hour to have somebody put cheese in a quarter pounder, that they're cutting back on all this stuff right now, guys, like you've never seen, okay? And robot sales have gone up 40% right now in 2022. That's a staggering number when you think about that. So with that happening, industry is changing, business is changing, what you can sell is changing. How you deal with your customers is changing. Again, the amount of layoffs that are about to happen nationwide is going to be staggering. You're going to see millions of people out of a job because they're going to revamp and reorganize companies left and right. The Coca-Cola company, think about this. They bought 4 years ago the company Honest Tea, Honest Tea, H-O-N-E-S-T, to Honest Tea. Okay, it has all natural ingredients. Everything's great. They're going to phase it out completely. They're getting rid of a brand that they spent hundreds of millions of dollars to get. They're getting rid of Honest Tea. Okay? Going to phase it out this year. Done. Don't want to have glass bottles anymore for their products. And Honest Tea has to be in glass. So that's what a problem is. Now, great article below about where the supply chain is. And everything's solved, Dan. There's no problem with the supply chain anymore. Well, yeah, there is, guys. There's a huge problem with the supply chain. The supply chain mess is not fixed yet, guys. It's just not. You'd have industry solved. You'd have industry problems solved with manufacturing, with cars, with everything that relies on chips, relies on any type of electronic component would be back to normal. That may never happen. The inflation spike, great article below, talking about how inflation could last for 10 years. Imagine, the nonsense of being told it's 8.5%, but this inflationary spike on a weekly basis to you and your family and your business. I know of so many people that are finished right now that cannot stay in business right now because of how bad the inflationary spike is. They can't get components, they can't sell things, they can take orders. I know somebody that went into a Rolex store, the watch store. The Rolex store told him that it was a 2-year wait to get a Rolex, and that the cheapest Rolex was $11,000. Okay? Now, here's the thing. They don't have the watches. They get 2 a month at this particular store in South Coast Plaza, which is crazy. So they call their wish list. Each employee has a wish list. They call them and see if they want to buy the watch that came in. And it may not be the watch that you want, but you can make that decision. How is that going to affect Rolex? You can say it's going to make it more exclusive. I think it's going to kill the brand, personally. I think it's going to absolutely destroy it because we're 2 years into this thing. You think that they would get certain problems solved during this time. So, Coke is getting rid of Honest Tea. You're seeing manufacturing completely decimated, and CNN talk about how, hey, will the service sector get us out of the recession? I don't think so, guys. I think that this is going to last for years right now. So that's just me. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. It's really majestic. You have to admit, it's absolutely stunning. But the beach is gone, guys. Tide comes in, and the beach is gone. Absolutely amazing to see something like this. Here comes a nice big wave. Let's see how this crashes in. Is it crashing the rocks over there? Coming all the way up here, guys, okay? I've got about 2 minutes to get this done. I've just got a few more minutes out here as the waves come in. One thing I like to look at is whenever you have a holiday, you've got sales, okay? Whether it's Lincoln's birthday, now you've got Memorial Day. I found a great site that had 100 different Memorial Day sales. If you guys want to see that, the link is below. Couple people, again, predicting recessionary times. The first one is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is talking about how we're going to have a recession that's going to be a good thing. So a lot of people need to go bankrupt, a lot of people need to lose it, and we need to shut down these bad companies that are not making any money right now. Okay? Amazing. Okay? Now Michael Burry, same thing. Michael Burry from Zion Capital has said, this is the time that people need to understand that we're going to go through a really tough patch. Now, here's the thing. Do you believe that? Do you not? Okay? Because I think it is. I think that you're seeing all this different problems with the financing right now, real estate is taking a turn. Nobody wants to admit that right now. Everybody wants to sit there and say how great real estate is right now. A couple things that I hate, okay? People travel to Mykonos. It's a great story about a mom and her daughter going out and eating at a coastal beach restaurant, and the guy says, oh, you have to have crab legs. They're market price right now, and have a drink. So these people had 2 glasses of wine, 2 crab legs, and they got charged $600. And they were like, that's outrageous. We're not going to pay that. Well, we told you it was market price. So that's outrageous. Well, we're going to have you arrested, and you will not be able to leave the island if you don't pay us. So she felt completely shaken down, which she was, and so she decided to tell the whole world about that. So the story is there. And again, if you guys have been taken advantage of, report it, okay? Don't tolerate this. It's ridiculous that if you go to a restaurant, ask what market price means. Ask, it doesn't make you look like a degenerate. Hey, don't have some class down. Don't ask them how much the fish is. Well, no, I want to know. Is the fish $200? Or in this case, is it $300 a person? That's insane, guys. Now, in Florida, there's a huge problem with a roofing scam that is destroying Florida right now, the construction industry and the insurance industry right now. Insurance is absolutely outrageous in Florida because of the hurricanes. So what these roofers did, which is amazing, and the story is below, talking about these roofers would go out and say, hey, we want to inspect your house to see if you had any hurricane damage. And sure enough, they climb up on these people's roofs. Everybody's roof has hurricane damage. Oh my gosh, can you believe that? So then they turn a claim in and say, listen, you won't have to pay for this. We'll turn a claim in to your insurance company, and we'll get the roof fixed for free, and you'll get paid. Well, the problem with it is that the contractors then have the people sign, their rights away to where they can't deal with the insurance company. And if they don't get the claims paid, then the insurance company is suing everybody, the homeowner, the insurance company, everybody. And there's all this litigation, but it's made it so that roofs are not getting fixed. And the people that do need help can't get the help. So take a look at that below, because that's amazing that they're doing that. So much is happening right now with the economy. Great article about the changing consumer. Listen, guys, the consumer's not changing. The consumer has less money right now. The big lie being told that everybody's loaded right now and people have all this money is an absolute farce. It's not true. People don't have money to fix things. People don't have money to buy food. I tell everybody to stock up, and I have people that say, I have no money to do this. What do I do? We're hearing all these problems with all these banks right now, and you just have to go out and research these banks. Research who's good for you. People go out and they get complacent. I had a guy write me today that has, hey, we've got almost $1 million in my bank. What should I do? Number one, okay, to ask a guy on YouTube is insane. The fact that you don't have a financial advisor, the fact that you're too smart for that, tells me how stupid you are, because you really need to go out and get some financial advice. If your foot hurt and you walked for a month and it hurt and hurt and hurt, would you see a podiatrist, or would you just forget about it? Oh, it'll go away. No, it doesn't. People do this with the car. Oh, have you heard that sound? Sound just keeps getting worse, okay? Let's hope it goes away. I'll put some gas and I'll put some oil in. Go to a good mechanic, guys. You need to have a financial advisor in your life. And again, I had dinner with an accountant last night. Really sharp guy, but one thing that he and I talked about was, why don't people go to you 3 or 4 times a year? He says, wow, Dan, it would save him a ton of money, but and he was great, telling me the funny stories of clients, nobody's name, of course, but how they come in at 11:45 at night on the tax filing deadline day to say, we got to get my taxes done. Okay, guys, a little late, guys. Plus, accountants are always busy. I always assume that I'm never going to speak to my accountant a month and a half before tax day, and you should too. But you won't go out and talk to this guy 3 or 4 times a year. Hey, here's what I did the first half of the year. What's wrong with that? Hey, how are my investments? Can I donate any money? What do you think about this? Can I sell this? Hey, I did buy some crypto. These things that people need to talk about, they don't. And the accountant was like, gosh, Dan, that costs people money when they come see me and they don't want to pay me, you know? And again, I heard the greatest thing ever from an attorney. Attorney goes to law school. Attorney goes out, passes the bar exam, and then hangs a shingle and opens up an office. The only thing that individual has for the rest of his life is time and selling time. And you want to take what he's selling for free. So ever since I heard an attorney say that, I'm like, wow, I'm really not going to do that. No, I'm not going to get fleeced and taken advantage of by these people, but I go out when I talk to an attorney and I go there with an agenda, and I make sure if I'm going to sue somebody or if I'm going to, you know, have them handle something for me in a legal matter, that I have an agenda, just like the accountant, and you should do the same thing. This is the perfect time. Memorial Day is the time to get yourself set, okay? How are your goals coming for the year? Okay, do you have food? Do you have supplies? Do you have security in your house? You know, check it out, guys. What are you cutting back on? What can you do without in your life financially that will save you money? Get rid of it. Save some money right now. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. We are living through changing times as far as purchasing, as far as the economy, and as far as everybody's finances. Think about this one. United Airlines no longer accepts credit cards on flights. So I think, wow, they're going back to cash. That's cool. You can pay for a drink with cash. No, guys, you have to get a special United Airlines debit card that you have to preload before you get on a flight to buy a drink, or to buy the horrible sandwich, or the little cheese plate that's like old. You have to put money on a card in advance to do that. That is crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. So, of course, the article's below, but people are furious about this because I flew from Boston to LA and I had no food the entire flight. And there's no way to, once you get on the flight, hey, like one woman brought the card. Hey, I got that card. How do I put money in it? You're supposed to do it in the airport before you get out here. Can't do it online, so complete mess. The final thing is people are starting to go back to work again, and they're starting to walk in the office again. So people's budgets are completely upside down, okay? So there's a great article out of CNN how people cannot afford lunch, and lunchflation is in back. So not just regular inflation, but lunchflation, where people can't afford lunch right now. So again, get your finances in order, get your budget in order, and again, here's the difference. I have a brother who's really fiscally a smart guy, and he had me sit down and lay everything out. How much for food? How much for this? How much for everything? And other than gasoline, I'm spot on every week when I do this, and it's a great way to live. But people just go, hey, I got money in the checking account. Oh, you want to go to Sizzler today? Let's go to Sizzler, okay? And guys, guess what? I did this and didn't get taken out by the wave, okay? So please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you guys want more access to me, there is Patreon that you can sign up for. Do not forget, today is the last day to sign up for the silver giveaway. www.dansilver.com. Use the link below. You can win 1 ounce of silver. We're giving away 50 ounces. I appreciate each and every one of you as we hit 210,000, hopefully very soon. I will see you guys very soon, okay?